Hello everybody, another day, another CEX Haul. I don't have too many things to show you this time because it's just a few deliveries, but let's go through it.
So we started off today's haul with Born Conspiracy. This was a game that I was after for a while, but it only costs like £2 and is decently rare. But I stumbled across it when I went to Little Newcastle a few weeks ago, or Stoke. I don't know. There was a CEX that I went to and I found it, but they couldn't find the disc, even though the dude behind the desk, he really tried his hardest. Like, he looked for ages, but couldn't find it. So what I had to do was the click and collect hack.
So for those that don't know, the click and collect hack is if you order something to a store and they don't have it, they'll deliver it to you. So if it's listed in stock as in store, you can do that. So what I did was, while I was in the shop, because it said it was in stock, but they physically couldn't find it, I click order, they then can't find it, it then gets sent to me from another store without me having to pay the £3 delivery fee, which would have cost like double the price of the game.
This is one of those games that I remember playing when I was younger, when it first came out, and I think I actually got it confused with 007 Quantum of Solace, because I think they have very similar gameplay where they switch between first and third person with some sort of quick time event style melee combat, but I remember enjoying it. Next up after that, we've got The Simpsons game for the PlayStation 3. Now, I already own this game several times over, let me show you why. Something cool that they did to try and, I don't know, make money off people like me who like collecting things is each different version of the Simpsons game has a different cover art. They're all different, even right down to the Nintendo Wii or DS versions. In fact, I don't think the Wii has a version, but the DS definitely does, and it's the only version that I don't have yet. But it does mean that I've now spent like 50 quid on the same game 3 times across different platforms, which is probably what they wanted to happen, but of course if you're spending it at CEX, then they're not actually seeing that money. But still, kind of cool, I think, and it's a novelty point to talk about in videos. Okay, so my last game for this haul was Inspector Gadget Mad Robot Invasion. This was one of the games that just went missing. You know how I talk about how when I moved house, there's like 10 or so games that just vanished for some reason that I remember having? This is one. You know how certain noises in games stick with you, certain sound effects? Like, you could play a sound effect and you'll be transported right back to when you were like 20 years ago. There are sound effects in this game that can do that for me. There's like the jumping sound effect, there's the sound effect of being hit, there's the sound effect of using the hammer. I don't know why. I haven't played it in probably since I was like 7, but I remember them. And at some point, I'm going to play through it. I think it's a 2D side-scroller style game, but with platforming. 2D-ish. It's 2.5D. It literally says 3D. It's a liar.
So that is it for today's haul. So there's only a few things. These are things that were supposed to have been click and collected but weren't in the stores and ended up getting sent out to me. There's still more to come, but they're not going to get sent today because they got dispatched like yesterday. So I presume maybe, if I'm lucky, tomorrow. If not, it'll probably be Monday now. However, for the people that have made it this far into the video, let's talk about something new that I want to do. A lot of the time on this account, I want to play more games versus just actually speaking about them. However, just the speaking about the videos and doing the hauls and things like that, videos about the collection, they do way better than the playthrough style videos. But I want to do the playthrough style videos, and I want to do a lot of them because I take a lot of enjoyment in making lots of videos. It's part of the fun for me. It's why I started on TikTok, because there you can just blast out videos and there's no detriment no matter how many you upload until, well, like 3 years in when they change the rules. However, because of that, I've decided I'm going to make a second account to this one. It's going to be in the description down below. If you're somebody that wants to watch me play through games versus just talking about games, go subscribe there, because that's something that I really want to do. But if I upload that content here, it's going to hurt the account on a whole because of the way that this works. For those that don't know, YouTube will let you send 3 notifications a day to your followers, subscribers, whatever. After that, they're probably not seeing the videos that you upload. They might not even get shown to you in your sub box. If I upload that many videos, it'll just annoy people. So instead, I'll keep this account for the talking about games, talking about films, and just general talky videos, me on the camera sort of thing, and then have Kale Plays, my second account, be for the playthrough style content where I can upload to my heart's content without worry for how it's going to affect these videos, because of the fact that these videos do so much better. So for example, yesterday, that CEX haul that I did, it's got like 4 times the views of the gun retrospective style video that I did the night before. And that's fine. But realistically, with YouTube, you kind of have to double down on what is working and what works best, and not swamp people with stuff they don't want to see. So people want to see more of this, more of me talking about games versus actually playing them. That's this account. The talking account, just the Kale account. And if you want to see me actually playing through the games, go subscribe to my other account, which is going to be in the description down below, the Kale Plays account, where I'm really probably going to upload a lot of videos to that. So yeah, a lot of people ask me, do I play the games that I get? And the answer is yes. Last year I played through and beat well over 100 games, and I filmed the vast majority of them for TikTok. But the problem with TikTok is that videos don't have any longevity. After like 3 days, it's dead in the water. Whereas if I create an archive of playthroughs on YouTube, that can be productive for years to come, hopefully. But I don't want to inundate people on this account with content that they don't want to see when my analytics clearly tell me that you want to see more of this style of video versus that style of video. So if you're somebody that watched me play through Another Crab's Treasure, for example, and enjoyed the way that I did that, you're probably going to want to subscribe to that channel as well, because that's just... If you're somebody that has YouTube videos on in the background where you go about your day, just stick those videos on when I start mass uploading. It'll be great fun. I'll be playing everything from like PlayStation 1 through PlayStation 5, through brand new stuff, through older stuff, through Wii stuff. I am literally starting to check. My setup is now set up so that I can record natively almost any console to any game that I want. It's a lot of fun. However, I want to play more than I have been playing. And I want to say a quick thank you to everybody that has been enjoying these videos, because for the last months with my content creation, I've been in a rut because TikTok makes things harder for its creators all the time. For those, there's a lot of people on the YouTube channel now that just don't know me from TikTok, but I've got over 800,000 followers on TikTok across 5 different accounts in 3 different niches, whether it be fitness, gaming, or vlogging. And TikTok just does its absolute best to just make your life hell as a creator. There's no amount of followers that guarantees you any amount of views. It'll just not show people your videos. They'll change the way you get paid. Sometimes they'll snap the fingers and be like, you're now getting paid half what you used to get paid. And there's just no security in it. It's annoying, it's frustrating, and it keeps me awake at night. But YouTube, if I can succeed, it's a longer term thing. It's more comfortable. It's more relaxing for me to just know that my videos are always getting views and they're not dead in the water days after making them. I have made over 10,000 videos in the last 4 years for TikTok, and anything beyond like 3 days is typically never getting another view ever again. People don't know it exists, and that bothers me. So with the move to YouTube, it's less of a problem. For my first playthrough for the new account, I'm thinking I'm going to do Gun because I've been playing it anyway. I'm like halfway through the game, but I could probably be back to halfway through the game within like 3 hours if I want to. So I think I'm going to restart Gun, even though I'm nearly done with it, so that I can record the entire thing and upload that. And then after that, I'm not sure what's next, but I have literally spent over £3,000 in the last month and a half on new games. So trust me, there is plenty of stuff that I can play and stuff to come, and there's games that are going to come out that I'm going to want to play as well. So stay tuned, it's going to be some fun. And I tell you what, something I am going to do soon is I need a new trip to IKEA, because my shelf is completely filled and there's no space for more stuff on it, but I keep getting more stuff. So what I'm going to do over here, hang on, is I've got that space there that could fit a half-size shelf with possibly 5 more on it, and then that gives me more space for more stuff. So like, you guys think I've got a lot of games. I've got double as many movies and DVDs and things like that as I do games. There is over 1,000 there, and these are pretty tall. And I'm thinking that if I got one of these that is like a half height one versus all the way up, and put it underneath that spot back over there, that could work quite well. Also, look at that. Just look at it. I love looking at this. I love standing here and looking at this. It brings me joy. None of these cards are worth anything, like monetary wise. They're not expensive ones. They're literally the cheapest shiny versions of each one of the cards that you see. But they were cards that I cared about as a kid, and I was like, I want them, and I want to display them, and I want to look at them all the time, because a kid version of me would have loved that. Same with like my armory of controllers and things. It's just something that I would have loved as a kid, and anything that I can make my childhood version of myself happy by doing as an adult, I will. But yeah, if you guys want to read more about how I'm making a second account for the gaming style playthroughs, check my community post. I did like a long-winded rambly thing about it yesterday. In short, if I want to do it, I would enjoy doing it, but if I did it on this account, it will hurt the rest of the content and probably be a detriment to the growth of the account overall. So it's better to have a separate account and separate the content styles so that I can do both, and neither of them be a detriment to one another, and grow them both individually. Yeah. So if you made it this far into the video and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. It's down there. On TikTok, I always go click the follow button, which is like to my right typically. I can point directly at it, like where the icon appears on your phone, because I just sort of know where on it is. It's 4 years and 10,000 videos will do that. Now I've got a point. Where's subscribe? If I'm laterally, it's probably like there somewhere. I wonder how accurate I am. Who knows? I suppose it depends on how big the player is, maybe. Either way, subscribe. Bye-bye.